The Rise and Fall of Studebaker, an iconic brand's journey, brought to you by Maroli Edutech. Have you ever heard of Studebaker? Do you know the rich history behind this iconic American automobile brand? Once, Studebaker was among the biggest names in the automotive industry, manufacturing cars for over 100 years. From its humble beginnings in the mid-1800s as a wagon manufacturer, to its heyday in the 1950s and 60s as a leading company known for innovation in car design, the Studebaker brand has a fascinating story to tell. The five Studebaker brothers, founders of the Studebaker Corporation, standing, Peter and Jacob, seated, Clem, Henry, and John M. In this video, we will dive into the history of Studebaker, exploring its rise to fame, its contributions to the automotive industry, and the factors that led to its eventual demise. Whether you're a car enthusiast or simply curious about the history of the American automobile industry, we believe this video is sure to provide an interesting and informative look into one of the most iconic names in the global automotive history. To understand the automotive legacy of Studebaker, one must trace back to the late 19th century. Established in 1852, the company began when the Studebaker brothers crafted their inaugural two wagons for entrepreneurs and travelers across the nation, which played a significant role in the expansion of the American West. By 1860, Studebaker had ramped up production to thousands of covered wagons, which were widely appreciated by the early settlers of America for their journeys. The Studebaker brothers manufacturing company proudly referred to themselves as the world on wheels and introduced their inaugural electric vehicle in 1902, followed by their first gasoline-powered model just 2 years later. And in 1904, Studebaker Corporation rolled out the gasoline engine car Ford. In the 1920s, Studebaker rose to prominence in the car manufacturing sector, largely due to the launch of the popular Studebaker Big Six model. By 1928, Studebaker had also taken over the high-end car brand Pierce Arrow, enhancing its reputation. Yet, the onset of the Great Depression severely impacted the company, leading to the dismissal of numerous employees. During the 1930s, Studebaker unveiled the Studebaker President, a high-end vehicle that quickly gained a cult following. Numerous advancements were incorporated during the 1930s, such as freewheeling brakes, enhanced steering mechanisms, and a silent gear transmission. Notably, on November 3, 1931, a President Model 80 achieved multiple stock car speed records at Muroc Dry Lake in California. The 1933 Studebaker Commander Regal sedan was particularly striking and garnered a significant attention. Prior to World War II, Studebaker produced the Champion, Commander, and President models in 1941 and 1942. The final Studebaker automobile to roll off the assembly line was a 1942 President Skyway model on January 31, 1942. During the war, the company shifted its focus to manufacturing military and cargo trucks, as well as producing 63,789 Wright Cyclone 9-cylinder radial engines for the iconic B-17 Flying Fortress. At the end of the war, Studebaker was honored with the Army Navy Excellence Award for its outstanding production contributions. In July 1945, Studebaker began the process of moving away from wartime production to focus on the design and manufacturing of vehicles for the post-war era. The company's inaugural post-war production car was the Skyway Champion models. In 1947, under the guidance of styling chief Raymond Loewy and chief engineers Bill Burke and Eugene Hardig, Studebaker unveiled a newly designed model. These innovative vehicles featured a fresh, low-profile aesthetic that was widely appreciated by consumers. The Studebaker models from 1950 to 51 showcased the iconic bullet nose design, which sparked considerable discussion within the automotive community. Motor Trend magazine referred to the 1951 Studebaker models as a terrific surprise. Additionally, these models featured a sought-after V8 engine. In 1953, Studebaker introduced a fresh design aesthetic. Some automotive historians regard the 1953 models as among the finest automotive designs of the 1950s. This innovative design was led by Bob Burke, the chief designer at Loewy's studio, alongside Bob Cotto. Cotto's contributions to the 1953 Studebakers included distinctive elements, such as a lowered beltline, prominent C-pillars, expansive glass areas, and a sleek, low-slung front end. In 1954, the Packard Motor Car Company from Detroit acquired Studebaker, which was based in South Bend, Indiana. This merger led to the formation of the company known as Studebaker-Packard. In 1956, Studebaker introduced an array of visually appealing models. The design was well received by consumers, even though the new offerings did not differ markedly from previous Studebaker vehicles. Models such as the Pinehurst, President, and Commander showcased a compact aesthetic, making them ideal for economical driving. Launched the Lark series in 1959, which included the Lark Deluxe two-door sedan exclusively available with a 6-cylinder engine. Optional features included four-wheel covers and Whitehall tires. Studebaker-Packard transitioned back to the Studebaker Corporation in 1962, unveiling models that featured impressive car styling, a new hood ornament, and updated bench seats. Notably, the highlight for Studebaker that year was the introduction of the Lark Daytona convertible, which served as the official pace car for the Indianapolis 500 in May 1962. Regrettably, the company faced ongoing challenges with declining sales, culminating in the final Studebaker model being produced in Hamilton, Ontario, in March 1966. In summary, Studebaker's rich history is one that will be cherished by automotive enthusiasts and historians alike for many years. Thanks for viewing this presentation. Stay tuned for more videos, please share and subscribe.